Hello, I'm Vren Donlin. You can call me Vren. I've been a coach in Mobile Legends for almost 3 years now, and right now I'm working for Team Spirit as their head coach. Okay, I'm a 33-year-old, so I've been a gamer for like 15 years now, competitively. I exclude non-competitive years of experience. So I live in the Philippines, particularly in the city of Cavite. It's a coastal city, so there's so frequent storms here, and my time zone is like 5 hours ahead of Russia. So my work as a coach for the Russian team is like in the evening, where the wind is quite strong. So it's quite interesting how I work, because frequent storms means sometimes there's power surges. Yeah. So I discovered Mobile Legends like back on 2017, if I remember correctly, when it was released. The first MPL was released, and I was watching in the first venue in Manila. There was like 100 crowds, people in the crowd watching it, and I was like, "Oh, this game has pro league." And I was a former Dota competitive player for 13 years. So I resigned on playing. I retired on playing competitively and started to work a normal job outside gaming for 2 years. And then I met Mobile Legends at work with the casual co-workers. Hey, let's play Mobile Legends. Okay, I'll try. I mean, coming from Dota is like cringe game, you know. Why would I play Mobile Legends when Dota is like superior game? Okay, I tried just for peer pressure from the co-workers. And then I got what? How do you say it in English? I had fun playing it actually, because it was easier than Dota. And then they were praising me. How are you so good in this game? I don't know. It's just so easy. You know, you click buttons and then you kill people. And then when it was in my third year at work, it was an office job, by the way. Coming to my third year at work, an opportunity came. I was suddenly uh, scouted by an organization in Mobile Legends. They were looking for a coach, and I have no idea why and when or how they found me. But they said that some Dota players from before like recommended me. Like they say that, oh, this guy has some uh, qualities to be a technical coach, at least technical, because he was a former Dota player. And then I got into Mobile Legends without even playing the game like for so long. It's just like I remember only 200 games, and I play some few heroes. And then I was like so surprised about this organization. Why would you hire me? It's because of your experience, like from Dota. Okay, I get it. And then I had to quit my office job for Mobile Legends. And then, yeah, fast forward to today. I think it has been a fruitful decision of my life. You know, because in Mobile Legends, the pay is not so good in my country. My office job pays me better. And I resigned to risk for Mobile Legends. Back then, I remember also that coaching was not a thing. It was a thing in another game where the Koreans are good at. I know you, I'm sure you know it. But in Mobile Legends, it was like only two people who are coaching that time. It was Doki and Panda. They're the most famous ones that time, and we have no idea how to coach Mobile Legends team. On my part, I have no experience as well, so I have no idea what to do in these jobs. You know, like what do I do? Do I drive for these guys? All the things I don't know. Let's just go, and all of it, it just happened so smoothly. Like uh, the things that I experienced from before, it worked on Mobile Legends. That's how I came into professional in Mobile Legends, professional coaching, because there's so much demand for the job, so it's easy to apply, you know. So yeah, that's it. More experience, became a coach, just lucky. Well, for the first of all, for the time zone, it's really hard to adjust at first because I live in a completely different time zone. And the second thing is the training sessions are in the evening, around the afternoon up to the evening in Russia. So it's like midnight in my time, up to the morning. So adjusting to that uh, time in my body clock is quite hard in the first month, I would say. And at most times I was quite sleepy, like along the way of training. So that's the struggle. For the power surges, I mean, it's a seasonal thing. So around the season of July to September is really stormy in the Philippines. Like there are 5 to 7 storms. So there's just chances that I suddenly disconnect from the training session and then, oh, I'm sorry guys, I was out for like few minutes. and it, and they understand. The thing is, the team understands, and we all that that uh, because we understand about this problem of time that we have no way to manipulate, right? Everybody just adjusts, rightfully so. And sometimes, for example, we have 3 screens, and suddenly I will say, oh, we have storm in this period of time. Maybe we can adjust to 2 screens because it's not worth it uh, if you play to train without me watching your game. So the team will adjust and they understand. So that's the good thing about the team spirit Mobile Legends, that everybody understands to the point that we have no problems with these problems that occurred in our team because of the time. About boot camp, we are planning to go on a 2-week boot camp next month in Moscow. Yeah, in Moscow, 2-week boot camp before playoffs of MCC. I believe it's gonna be quite hard if you don't have professional experience, whether it be in Mobile Legends or in another game. Because for me, the reason why my career went smoothly, the transition went smoothly, because my previous game was quite similar to the Mobile Legends map, right? It's the same size of map, same lanes, just different heroes and items. So it's just a different version of the game to me, how I saw it, and the experience. You really need it if you are gonna explore the coaching industry of Mobile Legends, because you cannot say something to younger generations without basis of experience, right? It can't be done like that. They won't First, they won't believe you. Second, you have no proof that what you're saying is true. You cannot like uh, provide it to them because you have no experience at all. So they will also try to see you as an equal, right? Because you also have to have that authoritative boundary between the player. But if they treat you equally, then you're not gonna be doing your job very well, right? In some cases. So yeah, I would say that it's almost impossible to get into professional coaching without experience. Okay, so let's go back to EWC. In EWC, I was suddenly acquired in Team Spirit. It was like a quick transition for my former team. So they were already a full roster that time from MCC Season 3. They had Lil as their coach, and they are already registered as a team. So there is this transfer period for EWC that they can add additional members. So that's why I was added. So it was only uh, logical to acquire me only for the supporting role as an analyst, because they were already built up, and I cannot just go in and, okay guys, I'm here, I'll take over. It's hard to do that, you know. I'm the new guy. I cannot know anything about this team. I don't know who they are, what they know. So I just did the supporting role, and I understand. And it worked well, I think, in Indonesia. So right now I when evaluation from the team, re-evaluation from the team, like what are the things that we can move on further that can fully develop the team, and we had changes, and then the team decided to move on with me, you know, as the head coach from analyst role. So yeah, it was a general, it was a team decision how I got into this position right now for Team SBA. Okay, this is a very controversial question, to be honest. Like, because I'm gonna be speaking on behalf of some other coaches, but it's not my intention to do so. Okay, it's just so in my perspective, uh, qualities of becoming a great coach, it varies on your journey in your career. Meaning to say is that we are training different kinds of people, different kinds of organizations, different kinds of perspectives on how they see uh, a coach to be great or bad. So in my experiences in my career, it's a never ending progress of improvement also for coaches. Uh, but safe to say that in order to become a great coach, you need first to be able to communicate very well. Like, it doesn't have to be strong, doesn't have to be weak, but you have to make sure that the comprehension is always there with your team, because without it, you will never deliver what you want to teach them. Okay. The second thing is that you have to have experience, right? Coaches without experience, it's hard to understand how will they do better on their job. So that's number two. Number three, I can say that uh, you have to have a lot of patience in yourself, because you will tackle a lot of struggles, a lot of defeats, a lot of mistakes. Even coaches make mistakes in their decisions, because coaching career is a lot of decision making in your life. It's like almost being a father to many kids, you know, and you have to make such decisions that will change career of a person, of a young individual. Okay, you have that gift, but it also is a burden as a coach, because you have to think hard, really hard, for the next words that you will say on crucial moments, or even non-crucial moments. You have to think for it, like, for so long before you say it. It's the weight, it's the weight of the decision that will make or break career of someone that you're trying to develop. So these are the things that I can say that make best qualities of coaches. It's quite risky because it's about decision making. My career started in season 9 when I was scouted from TNC Pro Team at that time in MPL. It was my first season in the pro scene. But in that season also, uh, we got like almost Cinderella story run, because if you don't know, TNC Pro Team that time was always top 8 for 2 seasons. And then we suddenly got third place for one rookie season with all rookie players. It's like a banger that time. And then after that season, an Indonesian organization scouted me, and they hired me. So I got from MPL Philippines to MPL Indonesia with only just one season in my career. And then when I went to Indonesia, at first I thought it was I was enjoying it at first, but the language barrier is quite a struggle, because they cannot speak English very well. It's like basic English for them. So, this one struggle of being a coach with language barriers. If the team cannot speak English, there's no middle ground for the language for you to communicate. Then it's completely impossible for the coach to train a team. So I just got one season in MPL Indonesia and I went back to the Philippines. And on my third season, I got hired by AP Brand. Yeah, just last year. And it was last minute. Like, uh, it was almost close. I was almost at the end of the transfer period or signing up period for that season. It was January, and then the season will start in February. So there is also no time to train, almost no time to train. And then yeah, fast forward in that year, where we won a lot of things, most notably the M5 World Championship. And then after that, an Indonesian company again hired me, scouted me after M5. Is RRQ. And then when I get there, again there was some language barrier issues again. So it was so hard to train, and then the season was not that good. And then I suddenly was out and looking for team. And then I remember the first guy I remember was Kid Bomb after that season. And I was like, I don't remember or think how or why did that person come to my mind. And then I just started messaging him like, hey, do you need a coach? And then a few days later, this is really story, because Kid asked me why did I choose Team Spirit as a team for him. Because I was an achievement holder, right? Why would not go back to the Philippines, after Indonesia? And I told him, I don't know. I also just thought of you after my season in Indonesia, and it just so happens that in his region, Instagram was not like banned, so you need VPN. So I messaged him there without knowing that Instagram was restricted in his area. So it should be like no chance for him to read my message, right? In the way I contacted him. But for some reason, he said on that certain day, he opened Instagram and he read my message. And I was like, maybe we were destined to be on a team, because it was like, how will that happen? On that same day, you check my message and we have no contact. It was the first time I contact you. It was the first time you saw my message. And that's how I thought of that. Maybe it was destined to be. I was destined to be transferred in EECA all along, and not in Indonesia. Maybe Indonesia was a way for me to find a better home. Okay, so coaching Team Spirit is quite easier because of Kid Bomba, because he speaks English fluently and he also speaks Russian quite fluently, and that was surprising for me. Like, because I know he's not Russian, and it made it easy. I remember in an interview before, I told them that Kid was the acting assistant coach to me in Team Spirit. So the reason for this is that whatever I say, whatever the things that I tell them, teach them, make them realize in English, Kid understands it very well. And I can say that the four players don't really comprehend all majority of the things that I say, because they will. I think the translation from English to Russian is quite complex. So Kid, he does the job of relaying the information to the players to the most efficient way in Russian. So he works like an assistant coach to the team. He also is like a coach. Okay, and then I thought, okay, this works. So what I do is that I observe them fully. I let them do the coaching part to the point that they become like a playing coach already. Because I tell him the things that I want to tell them and the things that they need to do, and he relays it. So he's like the second coach. Okay, guys, listen. And then he will speak Russian. So he's like becoming coach himself, as a young 19-year-old kid bomb. So you will see him in lands most of the time. He will do the speaking part a lot of times, motivational part a lot of times. He will do it outside the game, inside the game. Because in everyday training, it's always the things that happen. I say something, everyone listens, and then if after I speak, Kid Bombo will say it until they say, "Okay, we understand." So in every day, he's also developing to be a coach. You know, he's building up. That's why in this team, in Team Spirit, it's easier than my previous experiences with language barriers because of Kid help. Comparisons between regions, I'd say, well, this is gonna be controversial again, because I think in a region, it doesn't vary from the player pool. I can completely say that every player are grinding 24/7 with the same game, even without the same level of competency in their ranked games, in their scrims. Even if excluding that, I think they are all mechanically gifted, every region. Why? Because every jungler in every region has a standout. I mean, if you name a jungler in every region and they met in an international tournament, they can still play toe to toe nowadays. So I can completely say that the level is there. They're all equal. Whether it be in Southeast Asia, EECA, or other regions in Southeast Asia or in America, it's all okay. Now the difference maker, this is the controversial part. Difference maker are the coaches in the region. You know, without the quality of the coaches, the team's development is going to be different. In EC, if you don't have any quality coaches, the level of development is going to be the same like last year, previous years even, because the experience will be added up to the development of the team and in the region in general, slowly. And if you add more quality coaches in this region, the level of difficulty will be higher for every team, right? Uh, if the region doesn't have quality coaches, then the development and the competition will be the same. It's gonna be a player competition because some regions still don't have like an abundance of coaches and coaching staff in their region, so they still cannot compete. For example, is Malaysia, the recent EWC, right? For so long they haven't been on the map, but when this foreign coach went there and he developed the super team of Malaysia, they had unstoppable win streak for like I remember 100 days or so. It's quite shocking, you know, how the impact was. And then he made it to international level. And before that happened, everybody was not considering Malaysia to be a top contender for international events. But holy moly, they won it. And that's why I can say that it's not about the region, but it's about the quality of coaches in the region that can develop the team. If you enter a team and it's under like complete development, like they know, they have a lot of things that they can improve, which the coach can actually see that if you have a training program. So I see in Team Spirit that they already have the chemistry because they've been together for so long, since M1, I think. Sunset and Sawa has been together, so there's the bond already. The second thing is that they have young talented players, and I don't want to reset again on another team for 6 months, especially before M season, right? You don't want to train a team in M season. It's super hard to like, if I can say, okay, I switch to another team, can I tell myself, can this team win the M series in a span of 6 months? It's almost impossible if I ask this to myself. I really wanted to stick and continue the development, going to the M series, and yeah, hopefully we win it for EECA. In Riyadh, it was like I told the team, okay, just be you. Okay, when we were training in Indonesia, I told the team, I just came here and you already played one season in MCC, or even before that in M5 you continued your progress. Just be you, and I will just check what are the things that we can incorporate in the middle, because I don't want, because if you talk too much on a developed team already, it might damage their overall, like they call this, dynamic of the team. It might damage the dynamic of the team, uh, and if it damages the dynamic of the team, their identity might change, and I don't want that, because it's gonna be the first tournament for me, and it's not the first tournament for them. So as an analyst, I know my place that time, just to try and suggest some things that will not completely be like game changing or identity changing for the team. And after EWC, after the evaluation, I was tasked to be the head coach and the lone coach. So I have complete control of the team already. So the things that I started to change is about the mentality of the team. I first attacked the mentality of the team. I told the team that I'm always like this. I'm gonna say some words to you that you might not believe that I'm thinking this way. For example, is that before I enter a team, I always like manifest to them that we will be the champion of M series. In season 9, I already did this to TNC. We will be champion of MSC. I told them, and we made it to top 3, right? So only one win before you qualify to MSC. Okay, that's manifestation number 1. The second manifestation was on the next teams that I went to, and the most successful one was on AP Brand. When I went to AP Brand on January, I told the team that I have no other plans for this team but to win M5, and I don't care about all the tournaments that we will play. We win or lose some tournament, it's okay. The most important thing is that we should be aligned to this mentality that we will win the M series. That's the first thing that I attacked with team spirit. We will train to win the M series. It doesn't matter about the tournaments that we will play. Why? Because I will not wake up every day and watch some streams with people who don't think like me. You won't win. If you don't think that you will win M series, then just tell it already before we start training. Okay, that's the first thing that I settled with them. So every day we are training to win the M series. We are training for the M series. And the second thing is that that's not enough. Just by manifesting that you will win the M series is not enough for you to actually win. The second thing that I made sure that the mentality for them is the same as mine is that the mindset of a champion, right? So I already have the mentality that I can win the M series. So my body and mind will work every day, train every day, wake every day in the purpose of winning the M series. That's already checked. It will give you motivation to wake up and the reason why you train. The second is that you need to also train not to win the M series. So it's contradicting, right? Not to win it, but to defend the title. And they say, Coach, you cannot say that. We haven't won the M series yet, and you already won the M series. No, I said this to my team before we win the M series. We don't wake up and become challengers like other teams who are waking up to become challengers and try to win the M series. So if we do it like that, what difference do we have to these other teams? Not. So what is the X factor for you to win the M series? Nothing. You're just the same as everybody who's trying to attack the title, claim the title. Other players can also think, but to train every day and with the mindset of defending the championship, which you already manifest and claim, is different. You are built differently. That's the second thing that I train with them in mentality. So after achieving that, we start training. And then in the technical side, what I change in them is the macro play. I'm a specialist in macro play because of my the previous game I played is the thing that I always focus on. In every game I watch, I always focus on map movements, decision making, because the game, it changes the heroes, it changes the items, but it's the same map. The same map, 3 lanes, 1 lord, 1 turtle. All the jungle camps are the same. So the game changing, the game winning recipe for training a team is map movements for me. So these are the few things that I did after EWC for Team Spirit up till now. So predictions for MC Season 4 is Team Spirit. Okay, we will qualify for M6. And the runner-up, in my perspective, should be BB Team. So notable mentions, Verso Time, possible. And for fourth, maybe Brutes, the Brutes. Okay, moving on to M6. I think we have high chances of winning because of unpredictability. As you said, the region of EEC is almost out of the radar of other regions, so they don't know what's up here. It's good for us. We will give them a haymaker when we meet them in the international scene. It's gonna be late for them to see what we're made of. For other regions, I think still Philippines and Indonesia, maybe Malaysia can compete very well. Oh wait, actually Turkey is gonna be my top in my top 3 for M6 due to the fact that they are gonna be boot camping in Southeast Asia. So watch out for Turkey region. Okay, pretty much it for M6 and MCC predictions for me. Okay, that's it for me. Goodbye, guys. Keep supporting Team Spirit on the road to M6 and also other teams in EECA. And please always follow and subscribe to MLBB esports channels to find more things about Mobile Legends in general. Thank you.